Hello and welcome. We've been talking about security. Sabi natin, a security is a financial instrument that can be traded in a stock exchange. Examples are equity securities, debt securities, and other derivatives. Saan natin to tinitrade or nagbabuy and sell of securities or stocks? Sa stock exchange is an example, or exchanges. Sige, pag-usapan natin yung stock exchange. Sabi natin, stock exchange is a secondary market. Bakit secondary market? Well, a security is first launched or sold primarily to not an exchange, but to individuals, to investors. That is primary market. Now, after that, it is now ready for trading in secondary market, which is in stock exchange, wherein owners of shares can transact with other potential buyers. This is a system that arranges the buying and selling among traders and investors. And it provides an organized market for transactions in shares and other securities. Well, an example of this is the PSE or Philippine Stock Exchange. Yan po ba, sir, yung sa Tectite or sa Ayala? No, it's a system. Yung exchange is a system that facilitates the buying and selling. Yung sa Ayala, yung sa Tectite, wala na siya ngayon. Nandun na siya ngayon sa BGC. That is the building, yung physical facility. Well, let's have a little bit of history. Noong araw, merong tayong dalawang exchanges, yung Manila Stock Exchange at Makati Stock Exchange. Yung Manila Stock Exchange was formed in 1927. Yung Makati Stock Exchange naman was formed in 1963. Now, pinag-isa na lang siya noong December 23, 1992 at tinawag na lang natin siyang Philippine Stock Exchange or the Philippine Stock Exchange, PSE. Now, nung 2018, yung PSE has moved its headquarters in BGC or Bonifacio Global City sa Taguig. So, tingnan natin yung structure ng PSE. First, makikita natin 100% wholly owned by the PSE is yung CMIC or Capital Market Integrity Corporation. Next is the Securities Clearing Corporation of the Philippines. This is 100% owned by PSE also. And Premier Software Enterprise Incorporated or the IT company, 80% owned by PSE. And the Philippine Dealing System Holdings Corporation, 21% owned by the PSE. Next, let's talk about each one of them. First is the Capital Market Integrity Corporation or the CMIC. Sabi natin, this is wholly owned subsidiary by the PSE. Na-establish to with the primary purpose of reinforcing confidence in the investing public in capital market institutions at to promote a more active and vibrant market participation. Well, accordingly, CMIC acts as the independent audit, surveillance, compliance arm of the exchange. As a self-regulatory organization, CMIC's primary mandate is to maintain the integrity of the market and minimize risk. Of course, tayo as an investing public, gusto natin that when we invest into something or an avenue, gusto natin safe. Well, that is the main purpose of the CMIC. so that magkakaroon ng integrity yung market, that it is safe to invest. Bakit? Sila yung nag-audit, sila yung surveillance, at nagko-comply, na-assure nila that the trading participants comply with the policies and regulations of the exchange. Let's continue. The Securities Clearing Corporations of the Philippines. Yung SCCP naman is a wholly owned subsidiary of the PSE and is under the regulatory supervision of the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. It was incorporated in 1996 to operate a central securities clearing institution of the Philippines and thereby manage, support the clearance of trades in securities listed and executed in the PSE and other official securities market in the Philippines. So, yung tinatawag nating clearing house. Ibig sabihin, ina-assure niya that yung transactions or mga executions ng buying and sellings of, let's say, stocks in the PSE ay fully executed. Okay? So, halimbawa, bumili ako ng Jollibee Food Corporation, my name should be, alam na ng Securities Clearing Corporation that I own Jollibee Food Corporation with a certain number of shares at a certain date. Okay? Let's continue. Now, the Premier Software Enterprise INC, well, this was incorporated in 2019 as a separate IT subsidiary para to enable the exchange to meet the growing demand of the technology services. Lalo na ngayon that we are on to online trading. So mas marami na ngayon yung demand for IT services. Next is the Philippine Dealing System Holdings Corporation, or PDS, which is 21% owned by PSE, which this provides a full suite of services from trading to clearing and settlement and post-settlement across different asset classes. PDS, through the Philippine Dealing Exchange Corporation, operates the country's fixed income market. It also functions as the depository of the Philippine equities bonds through Philippine Depository Trust Corporation. Okay, tingnan natin yung trading process sa PSE. First, here you are as an investor, you wanted to buy Jollibee Food Corporation, so tumawag ka sa VC Securities Corporation. The VC Securities Corporation is a registered broker or brokerage firm. Well, pag tinawagan mo ko, sasabihin mo bibili ka ng Jollibee Food Corporation at this price with a certain number of shares. I will execute your buying, of course, in the PSE or in the exchange. Then, your name will now go to Securities Clearing Corporations of the Philippines. Nandun na yung mga transactions nyo, informations about you owning Jollibee Food Corporation at a certain number of shares. And your shares, yung investment mo, yung pera mo naman, pupunta sa Philippine Depository and Trust Corporation. So, hindi sa PSE. There's a different kind, different agencies or other arm or subsidiaries of the PSE with a certain kind of transaction. Now, before we end, let me just tell you that the trading hours of PSE is now being reduced because of COVID condition. First, it will open at 9 a.m. Tawag doon pre-open. Next, 9:30, the market really opens for trading na. It will continue until 12:45, ang tawag doon pre-close. On 12:50, a run-off or trading at last. And on 1 p.m., the market close. To make it simply, the trading hours, as of now, temporarily is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's all for now. Bye-bye.
For more ICCT College's video updates, please subscribe and click the notification button.